Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Open TTD. Where, as I know, I moved the setting from the cities can't build their own infrastructure, meaning the roads and everything. I have completely forgotten that I've put like 4 stations per station when it came to the highway, and that kind of can be an issue because already in Michigan Valley, it's already covered. So I cannot use these 6 stations right here because eventually I was thinking of, in the long run, of adding, if we were going to add more trains, that we possibly may need to use all 4 or 6 stations and whatnot. And this city has already started, to work on this and already covered that. So within this episode, we have 172 million. So we are nowhere close of being bankrupt at the moment, and it seems like whatever I'm building is just adding more money ranking in, of moving down the line of the bus depot with airplanes and buses, and then also the trains, of adding more and more. That way it is free flowing, of going up and down the highway and all the services around it. And we still have more to do because we still have to get 5 distribution stations overall. But I think also one of the distribution stations may be even in the middle of the train highway, or overall, as I'm trying to. We're going to unselect that. We're going to go to right here. As we could possibly, get a bunch of these cities to add on, going to and from on the highway, so to speak, to add more services when it comes to branching on and going from city to city. Like, for example, Slangington, we could have them branch off into here, but then when it comes to going onto it, we would have a tunnel going underneath to branch on, going over there, and it would go to Fruitfield Woods to continue doing that. And we also could upgrade it to where, instead of being at the ends, they could be at the middle, or we just kind of build more onto it, and as it so were to fit, if they get filled, they get filled. I keep forgetting that some games they use WASD and the other games they just use the arrow keys. So with that being said, that's what we're going to kind of do right now, is add more to the stations as of something like that, and then it could be something like that, and then we'd have to wait until that train is moved out of the way, so to speak, and we can hit play and do it that way. So that way, if there's more trains at any given point going this way, that it can be reverted. But to also understand is that we're going to have to try and find a path where they can revert to go back to the town. So that's what we're going to also kind of do, is add this city. We're going to make it a 2-platform 7 spot, and we'll orient it this way. Because we don't need more than that. Obviously, I didn't use any other platforms that has been made for this, so there is no need to add more platforms than what I would need. And then we would just go straight, or we really can't go all the way straight because of the whole the actual service that is being here. And then we can do that, and we could add it based off of right here, and that would be it to get in. And then to get out, we'd be going underneath the railroad line. So we're gonna kind of do the same thing here. And then what we'll do is not that. Landscaping, we will push that down, and we will, okay, so that works. And then we would have to push that down, so we would have to move that over a little bit, which is fine. And do that, and do that, and then build a tunnel. Can't build. What is going on here? Is it not going all the way over? So we will build right there. Because that works. But I only want this little section. Oh, that's why. Okay. That is why. So we'll have to bring that up entirely. And that's why we're having the issue, because this was like kind of a lip, and so it wasn't fully a tunnel. It wasn't fully like equipped like this were to be, where we were trying to put in a tunnel where we could see that notification right here that it can go all the way down. So we will do that, and then we will bring it out, do 2, we will do that. So then we will put a signal right there. We will put a signal kind of right there. And then go. And then right there. Gonna do it every 5, even though it's gonna be a 7 train. So then we'll put a depot right there, and we will put a depot right there. And then we're also going to add new trains. Now, engine, all cargo type, engine. So only, I'm gonna do engine only. Okay, that makes it a lot easier when it comes to deciphering on what we want to do. So we have this dual manually, that's 87% max reliability, life of 12 years. It was designed in 1956, and it does passengers, mails, goods, and valuables. And then does 76 crates of goods, 70 horsepower, 600 or 70 miles an hour, 600 horsepower, 25,000. We have the SHAP, which is a steam, 73, 23 life, 90 miles per hour, 1600. We got 35 for diesel, 1250 horsepower, 89. Then we got the UU that has 80, and the floss is 99. It may be a little bit more, a little bit of running, but it's a 99 max reliability. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do the max reliability. And now, mail, we are going to do 3 mail cars. So that way mail is moved back and forth to 2. Maybe make it to 3, and then the rest of it will be passenger cars. So it's a max of 7. So we will move all the mail in the back. So essentially it's like, why did you do the mail first then? Well, I just wanted to see how much to get to 3, and then 4 for the passenger cars. Then we're gonna hit our arrow key, and that's where it's gonna allow me to get my stations. We are going to minimize that, and then gonna on maximize. Then we're gonna hit this area. We're gonna do that. Well, we're gonna also do full load. I mean, it's just a short route. It doesn't really matter at this point because it is really a short route, but then the only thing is going to happen is I may make it where this last junction right here, so I'll have to do that is, so it's going to go into here, or it's going to go into here, but then it's going to have to find a way to turn around. So I'll have to add somewhere down here, right here, where it will go out and around, or it's just gonna use this to turn around right away. It's probably what it's gonna end up doing, so it will be fine. So then we're just gonna do that, and then we hit control. When we hit clone, we're going to do that 3 times. And the reason why we did do control, because now it has shared orders. And I know I keep repeating this, but there may be some people that are new to this game and You just want them to get the gist of what these functions do as well. So when it does shared orders, the reason why it's called shared orders is because every single vehicle in itself, if I were to not do the shared orders with the control as you click and clone, I would have to update every single vehicle. So these three vehicles here, I would have to be doing the same thing. I would have to hit that arrow button to select this station here, and then have them select this station here. And I would have to do that 3 times. Whereas you can hit control with the cloning and it will do shared orders. So if I were to end up making any changes to one of the trains, whoever's, if they're in that kind of condition of that shared order, it will automatically change it for that one train and the trains with it that are within that shared order. Otherwise, you'll have to manually update each individual train if you were not to do that shared order. So it is a helpful tool down the line. And then we would hit that green button. So whenever I hit unpause, all of them are going to go to that train station. They're going to go to Funfield Woods. And then once they get to Funfield Woods, they're going to come back. So that is all that's going to happen with that. It may get a little congested within that area, and that's why I have attached all 3 or all 4 of the junctions there. So we are going to do that, but in all honesty, we are going to also add more trains into it as well. So we are going to have a train station from in the middle here, and that is going to go, we may add another section here, but we also have some vehicles that can go to these woods areas that we can attach onto here, and then they'll bring the goods to this place, which they probably don't like us right now. They think we're atrocious. Yes. So we will fund new buildings, and we will fund local construction. They probably still think we're atrocious anyway. But we will add, stations to these areas, and the trains will go in and out. We'll add trucks that go from here to here, or just send them straight back here, and also here as well, going to there, and then they'll produce goods, and the goods will move into these cities. So this was one of the areas where they have a lot, and so like for example, they have we can have a dock. Sorry for not being able to speak right now. Having a dock, and what that will do is send it to the oil refineries here, and the oil refinery will make goods, and the goods can go to the cities. So that is all within that regards. So some of them aren't growing and some of them are. So we are going to add a dock. We can add it into this area where it will capture into that, but it will not essentially capture it because it is not in the capture zone, and neither is this. But we could add it to here. This is the closest one. Well, they're both kind of close, but like this one that's already ready, and just add 2 stations or 3 essentially with the dock, and I kind of set it up to when the boats that carry the oil go into that area, and then we can also add boats to help with the cities as well. So we will do that, and we can also send it to both locations. That way both of them are working, and it's able to send goods to each dock because that one could be for that, and then it would capture that to make the goods, and the boats will go there to send the goods to each city within this area, and then this could be for the rest of this area. So we are going to do that, and then we will add this truck station if possible, and we are able to do that. So when they send the oil goods within the capshment area, it will accept the oil, and it will basically send it there without having to add more trucks to send the oil back and forth to make the goods. And then the trucks that do send the goods, they will send it to each location. So, and then before we get kind of carried away of losing the atrocious of these cities, we will put bus stations and those truck stops. That way we can gain money from those services. And so we have the truck stop, so we can add one more bus station there. We will have a depot near middle of a city. We'll put it right there. So we'll kind of have, I think, one set of buses taking care of everything. I'll come back. I'll have to add more stations. I think it'll be fine with 3 bus stations there. There we go. Then we hit clone. We hit that control. And we will do 10 buses. They'll break down and space out individually. And we will hit that green button. And then what we'll do is we will add that down there. We'll also want to have that going on, because we're also going to want good vehicles, cargo capacity, crates of goods, both 99. We'll do this quick set one. We're gonna buy it. We're gonna do here to here. Unload all. And we're gonna clone it, hit control, so we'll do that 3 times. And then do that again to go here to there. Unload all. Do that 3 times. Oh, we're gonna need that back up again. New vehicle. Quick set box. We're gonna need that going from here to there. Unload all. And do 3 of those. Because once the oil gets going, it's going to go rapidly. And then that. We're going to need a couple of them. So we're going to need one right there. Because this one, we're going to have this one be the passenger one. So we got the Banquet Craft 100. It's very fast. And it's 100 reliability. So we're going to send that. And there. Have that, and then we'll clone it twice. For the time being. If we need more, we'll need more. And then new ships for oil. So we're going to go with this tanker that does 92 instead of the 58. So we're going to buy it. We're going to go from here. I should have done full load. Go to here. And unload. I'm going to do 2 of those. And then we're going to buy another one to go here to here. Do 2 of those as well. And we could do the other side. But I think it's going to be more better if we just do it to that one, to be honest. And then we'll do from there to there. And we'll do unload all. So if we were to look at this one, because it is the shared order, and we didn't do that change, it's still the same. Where if we went to this and did that, it goes no loading. So they are essentially the same but a different ship. Make that green. Then we'll do a new ship. And we will do that one. There. Unload all. And clone it again. So we're at 170 million still. And yet we did quite a bit of work. Essentially, the reason why I didn't start it is because we don't really need to at the moment. So we're just going to keep ranking up money regardless. And sometimes I just want to see how far low we will actually go. So we have 1, 2, so we have that down there. We got a sawmill down here that can spread to this too as well. We got this shirt down here that we could send oil. We also got this down here. We potentially could have a train come from. Yeah, essentially, within this area, what I may do, because where is that? I know it's near down here where that sawmill is. It's right here. So with this forest and this forest is kind of together, and right here's another one. What I may do is add a sawmill, or not sawmill, forest station. Let's go all the way down here. And then it will help produce goods overall. And then we have here, here, and one down there. That can do by vehicle. So that is something else we can work on. It will be this way. So we will have it. Okay, local authority refuses it. So we're gonna have to do some tree planting. I think we're good. Okay. We're going to fund new buildings. We are going to fund local road. We may have done it before, but we got the money to do so. So we're going to build another location. With that being said, we're going to build it right here. We're going to build it right there. And then what we're also going to build is some bus stations. Or we're going to also do a truck station. But we're going to also build some bus stations. That way the inner city can grow. So, with that being said of right there, we can add stations even to like right here to build to there. Or essentially, we add a station here, goes to here, and goes to there. So, that is what we're going to do. Let's go back to the train. We're going to add one. Right there. Essentially, it's going to be the same station, but facing the other way. Because we are going to be adding more to it. And it's going to add like that. And we don't want to see trees. So that's zooming in. We'll do that. We'll do that. There we go. Plus also there's a sawmill here too as well, but we're going to add this this to down there. That way it gets added to a good location. So, I'm going that. And what we're going to do here, let's go all the way down. And do that. And then could do to keep the architecture. Let's do that. Or like the landscaping, just work around it. And have that like that. Have that like that. And then we take that off. Take that off. So then hit Control, work all the way down. Hit that all the way down. And you'll hit Control 2 and pull it down, and it will send it to the other side of the line, like right here. And then we're going to need some train depots. And we're going to make force depots. Overall, because we're going to want them to stay in tip-top shape. So, that being said, we'll do another one there, another one there. And we will have it new vehicles, engines only. We're going to do that floss 47 because that is the most max reliable of 99. We're going to do that. And then we're going to do wood. So we have a flatbed wagon for wood. And we will do that till 7. There we go. Then we will take that train, full load only. And unload all. So then we're gonna do that 4 times. Then we'll send them out. And we're still at $169 million. So essentially we are a little bit set for a little bit when it comes to doing all this service stuff. So this is kind of like a distribution number 1 of the wood. We are now going to start grabbing wood from different locations to bringing it over to this Thornberry Woods area. Because I see there's 2 down here that we can do. We can bring this one over. So I will make a, that's just a notification. I just need to find where I can make a sign. And wood farm distribution. There. And there we go. That is the first distribution location. And there will be more locations down here and there, but we will work on getting them to there and back. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to only have 2. And 2 there. So that made it automatically woods. Okay, that's cool. So then we can get that somewhat to then there too as well. By whether it be we add another station, set of stations. We'll do that. So that way it goes from here and here and here and here. So, yeah, so what we'll do for this one is, then is it possible it's a whole separate station. Alright, we can have trucks going back and forth, to be honest. So you'll have a station here. We can do that. That is something we can do. And then have that like that. Oh. But that's in roughly a catchment over right there. I'm just going to give it a service of adding more trucks to it. That is a-okay. And we'll have a depot right there. New vehicles going for wood. Carry 66. There. We'll have that as woods. So I need to delete that, go to there, unload, and we will clone it multiple times. It will be jumbled at first, but it won't be that tough at all. So, as soon as I get these kind of attached up and running, we'll let it sim for a little bit, make sure that it's run properly, and then we will call it a video. I know it just seems like these videos are like, okay, it's an hour, you only do this little bit, you're only doing stuff in the videos, and you're not, doing anything off of, the videos. Well, to me, that's kind of the point of showing everybody what the thought process is and what I'm doing exactly, and also helping people out understand this game. It is also free on Steam, so it's nothing that is worth thousands and thousands of dollars that you have to, or not saying thousands of thousands, but like it's not like a $70 game where you're dropping a bunch of money and hoping that it's good. It's a good game. Don't get me wrong about it. It's a free game. It's on Steam. And it's a mellow game where if you're kind of, I wouldn't say necessarily stressed out, but if you're something that's looking for a game that's essentially something that you can just do on your own, this is absolutely a game for you. It's a sandbox game, so there is no right or wrong answer. It's just it's more of how efficient do you want to be. That's what it comes down to. And if you want to become really efficient, and hopefully you can find ways to do that, by all means. But I think that's just a bad way. Crossing paths. I think this just needs to be out a little bit more. Not gonna lie. That way it can have a proper path crossing. Then we hit control. And we'll have a depot that will go right there. One right there. And then we'll have one. We'll have one right there. And then there we go. So there's that. That is done. And we'll also have another depot right there and right there. So we will have it on that side. Floss. Flatbed. Hit control, hit the station for automatic full load any cargo, which is the wood, and there. Unload all. Clone, control. Hit the green arrow. Honestly, just gonna let it play itself. Traffic, chaos, and Penway. Because I didn't attach the cities together, which I should have. We have that. We got that. There's that. And it's gonna grow streets eventually, so I'm not too worried about it. Train 18 is lost. There we go. There we go. So I wonder what's gonna happen with that around, but we will go back and add the other train cycle. Up to here, that way that will be added. So it seems like they sent one. Or, oh, this is what's going to be helping it too as well. But anyway, we are going to be adding that other line as well. And we'll do it right here. That way it's a little bit away. Should have thought of the depot situation right there. But everything will be alright. It'll be all good. And this will be up a little bit. But I'm gonna add depots right here. I know I can't create something right there. There's 6. Engine. So we need one more flatbed. So we'll have it go there for now. That way it gets loaded. I want to send those 2 trains for right now. And we will continue. Oh, doesn't need to go that far. Okay. There we go. So now there we go. So that's really all we need. So we're already making 2 million right away. Go to here. That way it kind of goes through the process fully. We will add depots there. I'll make it optional. Depots there. There we go. I feel like it should be right there. Oh, because there's... Oh, shoot. I have to add... So yeah, that train's already back. So I think for right now... that's not nothing. Okay. So, yeah, for right now, with that being processed for the time being, maybe we only need like 2 trains to go through. But, or smaller trains. But I think eventually it will pick up, so that's why we have this many trains. Right now it's nothing in that one. And it's whatever they can pick up at this point. No AL sent to this one. There's 2. Maybe I don't need that many trucks. There we go. There we go. 5 is probably more manageable for any full load. But yeah, we went from 172 to 194 right now, so we are getting there. New vehicles clone. We will. There we go. Oh, because, yeah, Thadbury is to that location. Alright. So now we got that going. Now we will attach that. there's that. And we'll get that right there. That right there. I was kind of concentrating there, so that's why I wasn't really talking. And then what I'll do is I see these trains, I will clone it, but I'm not going to add it to shared orders. And then I will change what needs to be put there. I will unpause the game. And what we will do is they will not allow it for right now. But what we can do is put in a depot. And buy buses. And eventually they will think we're good. And I will even add more roads myself. There we go. So what we've done is added a wood distribution center, basically, to now make goods, but the goods aren't being distributed yet because of the Penaway City Council doesn't like what I'm doing, but we are going to change that, and goods will be distributed. We are essentially sending people from town to town, so they shouldn't be mad at that. And it's only a little travel away from going from Penway to Funtfield and back. And then we're going to have to try and add wood from here. And over here. But I may just do that right now while I can't find a path. I think it's just right now they can't find a path because of they're not in the actual stall. Maybe it was going to be lost because of the local road construction. I think overall within these trains then we will make it to where it's like they'll have a decent amount to take care of, and we may have to change it instead of a forest depot. And what we'll do is make it that. Because now they're not in a forced depot situation, so they should be fine. Now we'll see how much is actually picking up now. Could just send it to the depot and there. That'll be one less train. It's essentially we don't need it for the time being. Or we're gonna get rid of one less vehicle. So that will save us a little bit of money. Due to the depot, so we don't need that many vehicles. There we go. Can't find a path to continue because you don't have a place to go. So this is probably a different location because I've added some stops with stops with different locations, and so as they expand out, then they will be able to accept passengers and then gain a little bit more money that way. And some of them will get lost because of local funding I did. So what's going to happen here? And fund new buildings. So it's going to grow, and then I get kind of upset that I'm doing this. Or probably my company gets upset because then all the buses are kind of stuck. But yeah, now since I've had them be able to build their own as their city grows. It's been a difference maker. That way I don't have to build it my own. I don't have to expand that much, and not saying wasting time, but overall it's, if the city can do it itself, then I'd rather have the city do it itself and kind of organically that way compared to so I just built that road for nothing. There, I'll smash it. Wait, it's out of their way. And then what I will do is fund local buildings. And it's just going back and forth between them. Well, why don't you go to here as well? And then before I end the video, I know I said after I added those train stations to get that distribution center going, we will take a peek at total cargo. We have 896 stations. And we are going to sort by cargo no rating, no. Total weighting cargo. So, do I not have buses going through here? I do not. So if that's at 2,000, what's this at? 3,000. We need a lot more boats to kind of help out. That's just gonna blow your mind. And right now we're at 10,000 people. So we're gonna fund. And they think we're atrocious here. Which I don't blame them, because just doing that. So what am I gonna do? These guys got nobody's got Hootown Central. All that stuff. Alright, so that is gonna change. Maybe lost right now, but they won't be. And we're made 21 million, now 23 million. It's crazy. Total weight and cargo. Darrington. This is where we first started off. So this has the most. So what's gonna happen here? I have to go back. Seminole Docks. We are going to then at Nenwell. Just gonna unload and take cargo. Because here we have a lot of people. So and Nenwell seems to not have many people. So what we're gonna do, new ship by passengers. To Nenwell. We're gonna do that with 3. Slowly take them, unload them, take them, unload them, to literally the station. That way this can be, taken care of, because the buses and everything through here are taken care of, but may actually have to get more buses in here. Because it seems like they keep getting like 80 people. So, but what I may end up doing as well is send all trains for maintenance. Last period was 12 million. They're already at 2. And then road vehicles. You just send all of them to maintenance. So then all of them are going to the nearest depot that's near them. They'll get serviced, and then they go right back out. So I think we're outstanding, which is perfect. And I'll add some more stations. Do that as well. So like I said, as soon as I change something for one of these buses, it will go to all of them that are in that shared order. So there is that. Newtown is still local construction. There we go. There we go. We're at 29,000 for that city. There we go. And this has become beautifully that it just expanded and expanded well. I already made the outline of it. It was very in depth, and then everything just kind of exploded and expanded really fast. So with the help of everything that's been going on with these boats and buses and everything, so it's been very well. And now we got Newtown now back up in order with all the road construction. I've been funding it a little bit because I think it also helps them when they do expand. They, will build it, and this went pretty quickly as well too. We're at 51,000, so fund new buildings, road construction. So people are gonna get a little mad, but I think it just kind of helps them overall in general too when they do expand. In general. So that is that. So we added a distribution, a mini distribution center. There will be more wood going into that. We'll get back to where that was. So then woods. Where is that? that's the transfer. Where is Sinton Woods? Is that right here? Oh, okay. So this needs grates that need, or needs goods that needs to be moved. Is there any? So wood is being moved. What about goods? So we need there we go. Hopefully that fixes the problem. There's a lot of grates that are going to be moved. So that is a good thing. And then we will build that right there. So hopefully some of them they'll be turning right away. I guess at this point it just doesn't matter how many vehicles it takes to move them, but we're gonna move it. Here's this. Oh, okay. That is something with that. Oh, that is just bags of mail. Okay. Now it's wait until fully loaded. Alright. That will fix the problem eventually. And what about that? Now it's all city, so don't know. wasn't there... Oh, it's still here. That's what it's being transferred to. Yeah, this needs a couple more spots. They're just gonna have to do what they can when it comes to rates of goods. Yeah, I think it just gets kind of congested no matter what. That's what we need. We just need more trucks. They're willing to take this wood. There's a lot of aircraft coming through. So there we are. Added wood distribution. Going up the ranks for it. West. That is something to do. Different time, but 50. No. Reason why you can't find passes because the person in front of you is in the station. But anyway, it's either that or we have too many trains going up and down. and maybe we'll check to see if we have enough trains for these. They seem to be getting empty, and that they're waiting for loads to come in for wood. So we'll allow that to skip and go through. We could add more trucks to it. Just add 2 more. That's about it. But other than that, hopefully you appreciate this video, and have a good one.